So from here, we're going to move on to using the quick add and what that looks like. So again, the quick add is available everywhere on the site, and it's this blue plus button right up here at the top. So no matter what you're doing, if someone gives you a call and they're ready to start working with you, you can click on this to open it up and get started. So right away, our first step will be to either create a new account or to find an account within the system. All you have to do is start typing in that client's information, and the system is going to compare name, company name, phone number, email address, site address, all of that, and show you any possible matches along the side here. So as soon as you see the account that you want to work with, all you have to do is click on it, and then you can keep moving if they already have an account in the system. Otherwise, we can remove this by clicking on the X right there. We can make a brand new account. So our first step will be to choose if we are creating a residential or a commercial account. Residential accounts do require a first and last name, which will be the account name. Commercial accounts require a company name, which will be the account name. So we'll say we are doing a residential account, and we'll have just kind of a basic example account here. So where we have the phone number box here, you can type in their phone number. You can also choose if it is a mobile, a home, or a work phone number, as well as if it is a phone number you can text, which is this blue box. If you can't send a text message to them, you can click on that, so that way the system won't try and ever send them texts. And then next to our phone field, as well as our email field here, you'll notice we have these little Ghostbuster icons. These are our do not contact buttons. So this is either do not contact for phone or do not contact for email. So if this client's asked you, hey, don't give me a call or don't send me any emails, especially specifically for marketing purposes, it's really important that we mark these off. That just lets the system know, hey, if you ever run a marketing campaign, we shouldn't be including these accounts in, as well as if you do try to send an email to or give this person a call and they're marked as do not call or do not email, the system should give you a warning to say, hey, maybe don't do that. But we can also enter in our email address and then select our lead source. Tracking lead sources is incredibly important. You can think of this as the way this person found out about your business or why they're coming back to you. And it's a great way to gauge what marketing tools are really working well for you, or if you have another client that's being super awesome and referring you to a ton of people. So to select a lead source, we'll click on this magnifying glass, and then we'll either be able to choose a campaign, which you can think of as your marketing within and outside of ServiceMonster. Any marketing campaigns you've ran within ServiceMonster will appear here as an option. And then you can also add in your own lead sources, such as, through YouTube, through Google reviews, a Facebook page, any other marketing that you use. So you can select that here, or you can choose an account. So if, say, someone's neighbor, someone's friend is recommending you to them, you can find their account in the system and select it. And we do have a number of reports in the system that look at what lead sources are referring people to you or being really effective tools for you. So that is something that you can track in the system, and I highly recommend doing it. Then we can add in our site address. So our address helper connects with Google Maps. It looks at your business's address and it compares it to nearby locations. So all you have to do is start typing in that address, and it'll start showing you different options that are nearby. So all you have to do is scroll through the list, find the option that you want, and click on it. That address is selected, and again, that color coding is set up. Now, sometimes Google Maps gets a little bit confused with a couple of different scenarios. One of those is apartment buildings. If you are working in an apartment building or a duplex with multiple units, what I recommend is just typing out the main address for the building, not including that unit number. And then if you click on this notepad icon right here you can add in that address line to or that unit number in. And that's just kind of a little bit of a workaround for that, as well as if you have a brand new address, maybe you're working in a really new subdivision and it's not quite up in Google Maps system yet, that's okay. You can also just go right into this notepad page and type in the address yourself. Right down here underneath that, you can choose what sort of account this should be. So the main two account types we really work with are customer accounts, which are, someone you've worked with in the past, or, for sure you're going to be working with them this time, or prospect accounts, which are someone like maybe you're not quite sure if you're going to end up working with them. Maybe they're just getting an estimate calling around, but you want to enter in their information in the system. A handy thing about prospect accounts is they automatically turn into customer accounts as soon as an invoice is made on their account. And that's also a handy group to market to reach out to again. Say you make an estimate for them, things don't work out, you can still reach out later and let them know about all the different products and services that you offer. You can also create your own options by clicking on the blue plus sign right here. Anywhere you see this blue plus sign next to a drop-down menu is that's a list that you can add in your own options too. So you can add in, vendors, friends, business contacts, and create an account type for those. Underneath that, we have our memo box. So this is the account memo. This is a note that is not customer facing, so they will not be able to see it. And it's the first thing that appears when you look up this account in the system. So this is a really handy spot to put in information like VIP customer, super awesome, or hey, this person's hard of hearing. You'll want to speak really clearly when you talk to them, or like, hey, this person's kind of a jerk. Watch out for that. Basically, anyone you want or anything you want you or your team to be able to see right when you look them up. Another handy thing with this memo box is you can expand it. So say if your client is giving you way too much information all at once and you have nowhere to put it, you can open up this memo box and you have a lot of space here to type that out. So from here, if all I have is the account information, I can click Save and Close, and that'll just create the account for me in the system. So say I got someone's business card, or just having a really general conversation, not quite ready to make an estimate yet, we can save and close here and we have them all set up. Otherwise, say we are ready to start building an estimate, we'll go ahead and click on the Order tab on the left-hand side here to start doing that. And we have 3 different options here. We can create a new estimate, which is always color-coded blue, and you can think of as, the talking stage of things. We have our new work order, which is always color-coded green, and you can think of as the, we're ready to schedule work stage of things. And then we have a new invoice, which is always color-coded pink, and you can think of as the we're ready for payment stage of things. Now, depending on your business's workflow, you might want to start at the new work order, or you might always be starting at new estimate, and you can kind of play around with things and figure out what's going to work best with you in terms of how you structure your business. For this example, I'll go ahead and click new estimate. And another thing I know is some people don't really like filling out an estimate until they actually go out and see the property and get a feel for it. If that's the case, you are welcome to leave this estimate blank, and you can fill it out the property itself using the mobile app. So you don't have to add in any line items or products and services right away. You can leave this blank if you want, but we'll say for our example here, we kind of have an idea of what services that we're going to be offering, so we can add those in. And we can do that by simply clicking on the line and then using either this drop-down menu to go through our products and services to select them, or we can click on the plus add items button right here, which opens up our bulk add line items. And here we can go through and click to add in all of the products and services that we want. And then we can click add line items, and those will be added in. So again, from here, if all I wanted to do was create my account and set up my order, I can click Save and Close. I don't have to schedule an appointment, but say we are ready to schedule our appointment. So we'll go ahead and hop into the Appointment tab here to do that. So this will open up a mini version of our schedule, and it's really simple to schedule an appointment. All you have to do is simply click wherever you want it to go, and that appointment is scheduled. So in the new appointment window here, there's a number of things you can do. You can adjust the start time and date, as well as what route it's assigned to. You can change what type of appointment it is. You'll see this is currently set as work, and you can see where it says work on all of these other appointments, but you can adjust that to being, say, estimate, rework, drop-off, pickup, or you can add in your own options here as well. You can change the duration of the appointment or how long it's going to be, as well as what technicians are assigned to it. In the Note tab, this is where you can add in your technician notes, which you can think of as notes that are visible to anyone within the system who is technician, security role, or above. They are not client-facing, and it's a really handy spot to put in information such as, key is under the rug, gate code is XYZ, or anything they'll need to be able to see to be able to do their job. We also have our admin note. So the admin notes are notes that only those who are admin level within the system will be able to see. So that's a handy spot to put in information about, say, your technician-client interactions or anything along the lines of that. You can add in a new appointment by simply clicking anywhere on the schedule to add that in. To remove it, you'll simply want to click on the trash can icon in the lower right-hand corner to remove it. You'll also notice we have our plus day and our plus week buttons down here. So if you know you have an appointment or an order that's going to have multiple appointments like day after day, what you can do is click on the plus day button, and that will add in another appointment at the very next day at the same time with the same team. You can do that as many times as you need. And then we also have the plus week button. So that makes another appointment the very next week as the first one that you scheduled. So we have our appointment all set up. We have its details appearing right down here. And from here, I can click save and close to create my account, create my order, and schedule my appointment. But we have one more optional step, and this is the confirmation tab. From here, you can choose to send an email or a text confirmation, and you can also choose to set up appointment reminders, which is something we'll cover at the very end of this webinar. But to send your email or text confirmation, all you have to do is check whichever ones you want to send and choose your email template or text template that should be used. Now, we should have a job confirmation email template already set up in your system made by ServiceMonster, so you'll just need to go in and customize that. I do go over template customizations a little more in depth in the marketing training, so I recommend checking that one out. And then with our text confirmation, you will have to choose your own, with a text confirmation, you will have to create your own text template that will send out, but that is a pretty simple process that, again, we will cover at the end of this training. So if I have these checked and I click save and close, those will automatically send out. So that's a great way of letting your clients know, hey, this is happening. So then you'll notice our quick add summary will appear right here. This lets me know what we just were working on, what we just did. So I can see that I have a new account created, a new estimate, and a new appointment scheduled. And I can hop to any of these simply by clicking on them. So I can hop into my account to maybe add in a couple extra details, can hop to my estimate, and can hop back to the schedule.